One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to McGurk Alumni Stadium in Amherst, home to the Umass Minutemen. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Vanderbilt Commodores, taking on the Umass Minutemen. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollock with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Commodores will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. So Umass offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Umass now faces a 3rd and short. To the air, it's Williamson. Got it in the middle, it's Miranda. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Umass quickly back to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
They'll go to the ground.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Now the play fake. Swings it out to the flat. Oh, what a move. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Minutemen come to the line on 3rd and short. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Umass will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Hauls it in, looking for space. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Commodores' offense will go to work for the first time today. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one.
Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Clay. Firing to the right, complete. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if they don't convert. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. Got the first down. Looking for more. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. And the Commodores are flying down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Working that left side now. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. New set of downs after the completion. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. The Commodores with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll move the tight end. The run from the shotgun. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Big fella moving. Into the house. Touchdown Doors. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Umass offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Dropping back, it's Williamson. Caught near the sticks, it's Webb. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Umass quickly back to the line.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at, they're right back up.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Umass has a long, long way to go here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. The short hands, it's Webb. He is stopped right at the 21-yard line, and now it'll be fourth down and decision time. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So now to start the second quarter, they'll line up and try a field goal. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. That'll bring him to to within 4.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Here's the give off the left side. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Hauls it in. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And the Commodores come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. The Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll ride the hot hand. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. And the Commodores are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Clay. Finds his big tight end. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense picks it up. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. Looking to throw on first down. Brings into the open.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here.
Umass quickly back to the line.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the outside. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Barnes. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Umass now faces a 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. Umass will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way.
He's loose. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
How many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, going full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
After the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Clay. Catch in the middle, it's Woodhead. He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on 4th down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Finds him out of the backfield. There he goes. And that'll not only be a 1st down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. With the run on 1st and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Commodores!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
14, Umass, 3.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. Getting late here in the 1st half, they'll have a chance to make this a 1-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the 2nd half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Wants to go up top. Grab near the marker. It's Webb. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Back to pass. It's Williamson. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there. Giving up some size and still making the play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds the tight end. Good pick up there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to keep it in the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Barnes. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Barnes. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The Minutemen were pinned deep in their own territory, but now they've got a little... Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Minutemen!
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half. Close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Final seconds of the 1st half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Wants to throw. It's Clay. He'll take the deep shot. And and now he's up to 14. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. That pass interference call will give us one more untimed down in the half. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on first down. Throws for the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Amherst. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's head back to our team inside Alumni Stadium.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
You just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Looking for a man. It's Clay. Quick strike complete. Turning it on. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. The Commodores getting set on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that. Fires to the tight end.
They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. And the Commodores are moving quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? The Commodores with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Really nice play call there, because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone, they're probably going to run the football. Instead, they throw it, catch them off guard, and now they've got 1st and goal.
They'll try to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Umass offense returns to the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Scanning the field, it's Williamson. Quickly to the tight end. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Umass quickly back to the line. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. Gets the back moving. They just keep firing. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Umass will line up to punt it away.
Number 14 in punt formation to kick it away.
Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Oh, what a cut! And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the 2nd level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. 3rd and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. Back to throw, it's Clay. Got it in the middle, it's Woodhead. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Running back searching for a hole. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got his man. On the move at the 30. They bring him down. He's got a 1st down, but that might be the final play of the 3rd quarter. They go back to work in the final period of this one. That's it for the period, and it's Vanderbilt holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. And the Commodores will line it up on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. Oh, he's got some space. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Commodores will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Vandy. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Minutemen going back to work on offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Motion from the back. Finding open areas. Flying out to the left. The 20. Touchdown, Minutemen. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Slips through the line. Got a little room. A dynamic return, explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. On the move, it's Pitts. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Behind his tight end. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Back to throw, it's Clay. Back open in the middle. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Doors! They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Pac-12 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and now it's a final. Rice went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Owls in a statement win if there ever was one. Fun one in the Pac-12, man. They generally are, as the teams there continue to jockey for bowl position.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
I know a lot of people don't like to prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the 4th quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. They'll send the back in motion. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Grab behind the line. It's Miranda. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And you don't see that often when you're running a screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. It's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else, and he goes and does it.
Breaks into the open. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. Umass comes to the line, facing 2nd and short. Lost it, throw again. Caught near the sticks. It's Barnes. Reads the tackle, and he's got room. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown, Umass. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
Pulls it in. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming with the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Commodores in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. The give to the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. On the ground. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2.
And this is where the offense just breathes. Just take your time, huddle up. I'm in absolutely no hurry. I got the lead.
Touchdown, Commodores! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking for a man. It's Williamson. Finds the tight end. There he goes. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
Good enough for 1st down.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Webb. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. The Minutemen come to the line on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, he'll throw it. On target. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Umass!
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays. And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
They're working that left side. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking deep. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the final 34 yards covered by that touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the books. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
And it's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation